హాయ్ ఫ్రెండ్స్, ఐఎమ్ నర్సింగ్. మీరు చూస్తున్నారు ఆర్పిఎస్ క్రియేషన్స్ యూట్యూబ్ ఛానల్.
Namaste. Welcome to Spoken English class, Basics in English Grammar. Today's topic is pronouns. As we all know, what is a pronoun? A word that is used instead of a noun is called a pronoun. Pronoun means for a noun. Pronoun means for a noun. A pronoun is a word used instead of a noun. Here some examples are there. Hari is absent because Hari is ill. But it is better to avoid the repetition of the noun Hari. Here 2 times it is given. Hari is absent because Hari is ill. So here repetition of noun Hari, it is better to avoid and say Hari is absent because he is ill. I am young. You are young. We are young. They are young. Here I, we, you, he, she, it, they are called personal pronouns because they stand for the 3 persons. Again I repeat. I, we, you, he, she, it, they are called personal pronouns because they stand for the 3 persons. The person speaking, the person spoken to, and the person spoken of. And next point, the pronoun I and we, which denote the person or persons speaking, are said to be the personal pronouns of first person. Okay, is it clear? Now we are talking about personal pronouns. The pronoun you, which denotes the person or person spoken to, is said to be a personal pronoun of second person. First person, second person. Okay. You is used both in the singular and plural. And next, coming to third point, the pronouns he, she, and they, which denote the person or person spoken of, are said to be personal pronouns of third person. Although it denotes the thing spoken of, is also called a personal pronoun of the third person. So the personal pronouns of third person are, strictly speaking, and demonstrative pronouns. Okay. Personal pronouns we discussed so far, that is first person, second person, and third person. For first person, I, we, you, he. Next topic is forms of the personal pronouns. For first person, that is for both the genders, masculine gender and feminine gender, there are 3 types: nominative, possessive, and accusative. For a singular nominative, I, this is personal pronoun. For nominative plural, we. For possessive singular, my, mine. Plural, our, ours. Accusative singular, me. Plural, us. Here examples are: this is my book. Those are your books. That is her book. This is his book. That book is his. This book is mine. Those books are yours. That book is hers. The idea of yours is excellent. Like this. Here for second person, masculine gender or feminine gender, for both nominative, possessive, accusative. First one, nominative singular or plural, you only. For possessive, your, yours. Accusative again, you. For third person, singular, here we have different words for masculine gender and feminine gender, separate. Nominative masculine singular, he. Nominative feminine singular, she. For neutral gender, it. For plural, for all genders, they. Possessive masculine singular, his. Feminine, her or hers. For For neuter gender, it's. For plural, theirs. For accusative masculine singular, him. For feminine singular, her. For neuter gender, it. For plural, them. So these are the examples for forms of personal pronouns. Here some notes are given. It will be seen that the possessive cases of most of the personal pronouns have two forms. Of those, the forms my, our, your, her, their are called possessive adjectives because they are used with nouns and do the work of adjectives. They do the work of adjectives, so they are called possessive adjectives. Possessive adjectives are sometimes called pronominal adjectives as they are formed from pronouns. These are formed from the pronouns, these possessive adjectives. That's why they are called pronominal adjectives. Second one, note the word his is used both as an adjective and as a pronoun. Here, this is his book, that book is his. First one, possessive adjective. Second one, possessive pronoun. This is his book. Here, possessive adjective. This book is his. This is possessive pronoun. Okay. In the following sentences, the words in italic are possessive pronouns. This book is mine. Here, mine is possessive pronoun. Those books are yours. Yours is possessive pronoun. That book is hers. That idea of yours is excellent. Here, hers, yours, mine, all these are possessive pronouns. The pronoun of the third person has three genders. For first person, second person, only for both genders, same words. But for third person, masculine gender he, feminine gender she, and neuter gender it. The pronoun it is used, there are different situations. For eight conditions are given. For things without life, first one, the pronoun it is used for things without life. Example, here is your book. Take it away. Here it refers book. Second one, for animals, unless we clearly wish to speak of them as male or female. That is, he loves his dog and cannot do without it. The horse fell and broke its leg. Here it refers to animals, dog and horse. For a young child, unless we clearly wish to refer either boy or girl. For young child also sometimes we use it. When I saw the child, it was crying. Here it refers to child. The baby has torn its clothes. Here also it's the baby's. Fourth point, it refers to some statement going before. That is, he is telling what is not true as he knows it. He deserved this punishment as he knew it. Next, fifth point, as a provisional and temporary subject before the verb to be when the real subject follows. Example, it is easy to find fault. To find fault is easy. It is doubtful whether he will come. It is certain that you are wrong. Next, sixth point, to give emphasis to the noun or pronoun following. That is, it was you who began the quarrel. It was I who first protested. It's a silly fish that is caught twice with the same bait. Okay, these are the examples. The seventh point, as an indefinite nominative of an impersonal verb. It rains, it snows, it thunders. This is indefinite nominative. The pronoun it here seems to stand for no noun whatever, though this can be readily supplied from the verb. Thus it means It rains means the rain rains. It's so used is called an impersonal pronoun. So also the verb rains is here called the impersonal verb. Okay. Eighth point, in speaking of the weather or time, it's fine. It's winter. It's 10 o'clock. So that's all about personal, that is third person personal pronouns. Since a personal pronoun is used instead of a noun, it must be of the same number, gender, and person as the noun for which it stands. Example, Rama is a kind boy. He has lent his bicycle to Govind. Sita helps her mother in household work. She also does her lesson. Here, whatever the noun is given, the gender, the number, or person, the same pronoun, personal pronoun should be used. Rama is a boy, so he is used. Sita, for instead of Sita, she is used. Those beggars are idle. They refuse to work for their living. Here, beggars, plural, third person. So, they is used. When a pronoun stands for a collective noun, it must be in the singular number and neuter gender. If the collective noun is viewed as a whole, that is, the army had to suffer terrible privations in its march. The fleet will reach its destination in a week. The crew mutinied and murdered its officers. After a few minutes, the jury gave its verdict. If the collective nouns convey the idea of separate individuals comprising the whole, the pronoun standing for it must be of the plural number. Example, the jury were divided in their opinions. The committee decided the matter without leaving their seats. Next point, when two or more singular nouns are joined by and the pronoun used for them must be plural. Rama and Hari work hard. They are praised by their teacher. Both Sita and Savitri are tired. They have gone home. But when two singular nouns joined by and refer to the same person or thing, the pronoun used must, of course, be singular. The secretary and the treasurer is negligent of his duty. Here, secretary and treasurer, the same. Both the posts are held by one person only. So that's why the personal pronoun his is used. When two singular nouns joined by and are preceded by each or every, the pronoun must be singular. Every soldier and every sailor was in his place. Here two singular nouns are joined. That's why personal pronoun his is used. When two or more singular nouns are joined by or either are or neither are, the pronoun is generally singular. Rama or Hari must lend his hand. Either Sita or Amina forgot to take her purse. Neither Abdul nor Kareem has done his lesson. When a plural noun or a singular noun are joined by or are or nor, the pronoun must be in the plural. Either the manager or his assistants failed in their duty. When a pronoun refers to more than one person or pronoun of different persons, it must be of the first person plural in preference to the third. You and I have done our duty. You and Hari have idled away your time. Good manners require that we should say, you and I, not I and you. You and he, not he and you. Hari and I, not I and Hari. He and I, not I and he. You and I must work together. You and he must mend your ways. Okay? So Hari and I are old school friends, not I and Hari. Here, Hari and I are old school friends. He and I can never pull on together. Each of the personal pronouns I, he, she, we, they has a different form for the accusative case, namely me, him, her, us, them. It's a common mistake to use I for me when the pronoun is connected by the conjunction and or are with some other word in the accusative case. Example, the presents are for you and me, not I. Okay, here the presents are for you and me only. My uncle asked my brother and me to dinner. Note that but is a preposition in the following sentence. Nobody will help you but me. Take care to use the accusative form after but in such cases. Okay, that's all about usage of personal pronouns and forms of different personal pronouns in singular, plural, and in both the genders. Next subtopic is reflexive and emphatic pronouns. Reflexive and emphatic pronouns. When self is added to my, your, him, her, it, and selves, to our, your, them, we get what are called compound personal pronouns. That is myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, themselves. So when these two words are joined, we get compound personal pronouns. They are called reflexive pronouns. When the action done by the subject turns back, when the action done by the subject turns back or reflects upon the subject, that is, I hurt myself. Okay, he hurt himself, like this. It will be noticed that each of these reflexive pronouns is used as the object of a verb and refers to the same person or thing as that denoted by the subject of the verb. Sometimes older English, especially in poetry, a simple pronoun was used reflexively. Example, now I lay me down to sleep. The word self is sometimes used as a noun. He cares for nothing but self. He thinks much of self. Here self, the word self is used as noun. Next, emphatic pronouns. Some more examples. I will do it myself. I myself saw him do it. He will see to it ourselves. We will see to it ourselves. You yourself can best explain. He himself said so. She herself says no. It was told so by the teacher himself. She herself says so. We saw the Prime Minister himself. The town itself was not very large. They themselves admitted their fault. It will be seen in here compound personal pronouns are used for the sake of emphasis and are therefore called emphatic pronouns. Okay, here compound personal pronouns are used for the sake of emphasis and are therefore called emphatic pronouns. Next subtopic is demonstrative, indefinite, and distributive pronouns. This is a present from my uncle. These are merely accuses. Both cars are good, but this is better than that. Mumbai mangoes are better than those of Bangalore. So it will be noticed in this sentence that the pronouns in these sentences are used to point out the objects to which they refer and are therefore called demonstrative pronouns. Okay, these are called demonstrative pronouns. This, that, etc. are demonstrative adjectives. When they are used with nouns, this book is mine, that pen is yours, these books are mine, etc. This refers to what is close at hand and nearest to the thought or person of a speaker. That refers to what is over there, farther away, and more remote. This is better than that. That with its plural those is used to avoid the repetition of a preceding noun. The climate of Bangalore is like that of Pune. The streets of this city are worse than those of Ahmedabad. Our soldiers were better drilled than those of enemies. The rivers of America are larger than those of Europe. When two things which have been already mentioned are referred to, this refers to the thing last mentioned, that to the thing first mentioned. Virtue and vice offer themselves for your choice. Alcohol and tobacco are both injurious. This perhaps less than that. So these are the examples for demonstrative pronouns. Next subtopic, indifferent pronouns. One hardly knows what to do. One does not like to say so, but it is only too true. One must not praise oneself. None of his poems were well known. All these pronouns in the sentences refer to persons or things in a general way, but do not refer to any person or thing in particular. They are therefore called indifferent pronouns. Most of these words may also be used as adjectives. I will take you there one day. One day, okay? Any fool can do this. He is a man of few words. Some milk was spilled. In referring to anybody, everybody, everyone, anyone, each, etc., the pronoun he or she is used according to the context. Example, I shall be glad to help every one of my boys in his duties, in his studies. Note that today it is more usual to use plural pronouns, they, them, their, except in very formal English. Anybody can do it if they try. Each of them had their share. Okay, that's all about indefinite pronouns. Now, distributive pronouns. Some examples, let us see. Each of the boys gets a prize. Each took it in turn. Either of you can go. Neither of the accusations is true. Each, either, neither are called distributive pronouns because they refer to person or things one at a time. For this reason, they are always singular and as such followed by the verb in the singular. Each is used to denote every one of a number of persons or things taken singly. Either means the one or the other of the two. Neither means not the one, neither the other of two. It is the negative of either. Hence, either and neither should be used only in speaking of two persons or things. When more than two are spoken of, any, no one, none should be used. The position of the pronoun each should be noticed. It may have three positions. Each of the men received a reward. Each of these horses cost 5,000 rupees. I bought each of these mangoes for 3 rupees. These men received each a reward. Those horses cost each 5,000 rupees. Those horses cost 5,000 rupees each. I bought these mangoes for 3 rupees each. The third order is usual after a numeral. We do not say the men received a reward each, but we say the men received 500 rupees each. In the following sentences, each, either or neither are used as adjectives. They are followed by nouns of the singular number. Each boy took his turn. Neither accusation is true. At either end was a marble statue. Okay? And some more examples. The two men hate each other. They cheated one another. If we analyze them, these sentences, they mean the two men hate, each hates the other. They cheated, one cheated another. Each and one really belong to the subject. Other and another are objects. But each other and no another have become in practice compound pronouns called reciprocal pronouns and are rarely separated even by a preposition. Thus we say the brothers quarreled with each other. They all gave evidence against one another. The one-time rule that each other should be used in speaking of two persons or things, one another in speaking of more than two, is no longer strictly observed. The three brothers quarreled with each other is now accepted as idiomatic. Okay, these are the examples for distributive pronouns. Next topic is relative pronouns. I met Hari. Hari had just returned. I met Hari. Hari had just returned. I have found the pen. I had lost the pen. Here is the book. You lent me the book. Now let us combine these sentences. I met Hari who had just returned. I have found the pen which I had lost. Here is the book that you lent me. So the word who is used instead of the noun Hari. It therefore does the work of a pronoun. Here who, which, that, all these words, they work instead of a noun. That is, they are used as a pronoun. The word who joins or connects two statements. It therefore does the work of a conjunction. The word who therefore does double work. The work of a pronoun and also the work of a conjunction also. The same examples we discussed in parts of speech. We might therefore call it as conjunctive pronoun. The word you who, it works as a conjunction and pronoun both. So it is called conjunctive pronoun. It is however called a relative pronoun because it refers or relates to some noun going before, which is called its antecedent. Let the people show why, which and that are also relative pronouns in the second and third sentences. What is the antecedent of which in the second sentence? What is the antecedent of that in the third sentence? In the second sentence, which refers to pen. The third sentence, that refers to book. Okay. Now these are the examples of relative pronouns. Forms of relative pronouns. This is the boy or girl who works hard. This is the boy or girl whose exercise is done well. Here also we have different forms: nominative, genitive and accusative. In nominative, singular and plural, who only. In genitive, whose. In accusative, whom or who. The examples, this is the house which belongs to my uncle. This is the house which my uncle built cost him 3,50,000. The triangle whose three sides are equal is called an equilateral triangle. These are all relative pronouns and different forms: nominative, genitive and accusative. Use of relative pronouns. The man who is honest is trusted. As a general rule, who is used for persons only. It may refer to a singular or plural noun. He who hesitates is lost. They never fail who die in a great cause. They are slaves who dare not be in the right with two or three. Who is sometimes used in referring to animals also. Whose, the possessive form of who, is also used in speaking of persons, animals, and also things without life. Which is used for things without life and for animals. It may refer to the singular or plural noun. Which is formerly used to refer to persons. Example, our Father, which art in heaven. Which may also refer to a sentence. Example, the man was said to be drunk, which was not the case. The relative pronouns who and which can be used to restrict, limit, or define more clearly the antecedent. That is where the clause introduced by relative pronoun is restrictive or non-defining. So like this we have different examples for the use of relative pronouns. Okay, now one more topic is there, the omission of relative pronouns. Omission of relative pronouns examples are given. Few and short were prayers, we said. Men must reap the things they sow. The relative pronouns is generally omitted when it would be in the accusative case. That is used preferably with reference to persons. Thus we tend to say the meeting which I attended yesterday rather than the meeting that I attended yesterday. Here which is omitted. But more frequently still do we say the meeting I attended yesterday. Okay. These are the examples for omission of relative pronouns. Next, coming to the topic, one more topic is subtopic is left, interrogative pronouns. In the topic itself, it is very clear. Interrogative means questioning, inquiry. Who is there? Who are you? About whom are you talking? Who are you talking about? These are the examples for interrogative pronouns, asking questions. I asked who was speaking. In this also we have nominative, possessive, accusative, different examples for this also. Nominative we use who, for possessive whose, for accusative whom and who. Who is used for persons only, which is used for both persons and things. What is used for things? Here we have one more subtopic, that is compound interrogative pronouns. Compound interrogative pronouns means whoever told you so, whatever are you doing. Here the forms whoever, whichever, whatever are intensive. They are called compound interrogative pronouns. So, and even in some more examples, what are you, what is he, what is this man. The word what does not refer to the person but to his profession or employment. What are you? I am a doctor, I am a student. What is he? He is an engineer. Here what, generally what refers for things only, but here it is understood that it refers to the profession of that subject. Okay, so that's all about the pronoun and subtopics in the pronoun. So hope you understood well. Try to answer the questions given in the exercises. Then only, if you practice, then only you can understand what is what. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day. We'll meet again with another interesting topic.
సో ఈ వీడియోని మీకు నచ్చినట్టయితే లైక్ చేయండి, షేర్ చేయండి, ఛానల్ సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసి పక్కన ఉన్న బెల్ ఐకాన్ క్లిక్ చేయండి. అండ్ అలానే మీరు CFW గ్రూప్లో జాయిన్ అవ్వాలనుకుంటే కామెంట్ సెక్షన్లో మీకు ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉంటే SI ఇంట్రెస్ట్ అని కామెంట్ చేసినట్టయితే మిమ్మల్ని కాంటాక్ట్ అయ్యి గ్రూప్లో అయితే యాడ్ చేస్తాం.